Good morning, children. Today I am going to start a new chapter called P block elements. According to the CBSE syllabus, the P block element starts from group 16. Group 16, group 17, group 18. Three groups we are going to study. Actually, P block element starts with group 13, group 14, group 15, group 16 and group 18. All called as P block elements. But in our CBSE syllabus this year we are going to start from group 16 only. Group 16, group 17, group 18 only we are going to study in this chapter. This chapter carries 5 marks in the CBSE board exam. CBSE board exam carries 5 marks. 1 2 mark, 3 1 mark, like that it will come. Sometime 1 3 mark to 1 mark may come. Like that it will come in the board exams. So it is very important. Now I am going to start with the group 16th. Started with oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, and polonium. So this is the group 16th element. Starts with oxygen. Oxygen is very essential element. P block elements also called as principal elements because carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, all important elements which is very important for the life processes of human beings and animals and plants. So that is why they are called as principal elements. P block elements called as principal block elements. Oxygen family is sometimes called as chalcogen. Chalcogen meaning is ore formation. Oxide, sulfates, iron oxide, iron sulfide. Also, normally this type of 16th group elements combined with the metal to form metal oxide, metal sulfide, metal selenates. Like that it will form. So that only they are called as chalcogens. Okay, and then oxygen present in the earth crust by mass 46.6 percentage as present in the earth crust as mass in the combined state as well as native state. In dry air 20.946 percentage of oxygen present. So in dry air 20.946 percentage of oxygen present. That is the thing. Oxygen is very essential for respiration of human beings and as well as animals. The biological cycle will depend on oxygen. So not only for chemistry but also biology, oxygen is a very important element. Next one is sulfur present in the earth crust. Sulfur 0.03 to 0.1 percentage present in the earth crust. Sulfur as sulfides present in the form of sulfur. Sulfur is present in the native state as well as combined state. In combined state it is present as lead sulfur, the calcium sulfate, 2H2O called as gypsum. Calcium sulfate 2H2O called as gypsum. Barium sulfate BaSO4 called barite, and all those things it may be present. Calcium sulfate, barium sulfate, next one is zinc sulfate, yes, ZnO4. They are present combined in the form. Sulfate is present in the form of like this. Next one it is present in sulfide. Sulfide may be present in the form of zinc sulfide called zinc blende. In the earth crust, sulfide is mixed combined state with zinc called zinc blende. Lead sulfide called galena. Lead sulfide called as HGS called mercury sulfide is called cinnabar. And copper pyrite CuFe2S called as CuFeS2. CuFe2S called as copper pyrites. So sulfides of sulfur. This is also sulfates are like this, and sulfides of sulfur is zinc sulfide, lead sulfide, mercury sulfide, copper pyrites, all those things present in the combined state. Then selenium and tellurium are present in the form of metal selenates and tellurides in sulfide ore. So that is the selenium is mixed with metal to form ore. We can separate from the metal as selenium and tellurium. Polonium is polonium is extracted from the decay of the radioactive decay of uranium, radioactive decay of uranium and thorium. So this is very important thing. So what I am telling, polonium is a radioactive element which is extracted from the decay of radium, thorium and uranium. So it is short-lived, radioactive, so polonium is short-lived. These are the occurrence part. One more thing, sulfur is present in the organic compounds like egg, protein, sulfur. Sulfur present in the organic compounds. Sulfur present in organic compounds. What are the compounds? Egg, proteins, hair, wool, onion, garlic, all this. Sometimes the small amount of volcanoes. The volcanoes also inner part of the rock also containing small amount of sulfur. This is naturally occurring. Egg containing the yellow part of egg containing sulfur, proteins containing sulfur, hair containing sulfur, wool, onion, garlic, all these things containing sulfur. One more question they may ask. Next one is I am going to start about the electronic configuration of group 16. Electronic configuration of group 16. NS2 NP4. This is the electronic configuration. That is totally 6 electrons present in the outermost shell. This is the electronic configuration of the 16th group. 16th group having the electronic configuration is NS2 NP4. 4 electrons the p orbital, 2 electrons the s orbital. Then ionic and atomic radius and ionic radius. Atomic radius and ionic radius. Argon, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. From top to bottom, cells increases, number of cells increases. So from top to bottom, number of cells increases. So atomic radius also increases. Top to bottom, number of cells increases. Therefore, atomic radius, distance between the nucleus and the outermost orbit is called atomic radius. So the number of cells increases. Therefore, atomic radius also increases. Atomic radius also increases. And same time ionic radius also increases. This is the reason why atomic radius, electronic configuration, first point given. Second point, atomic radius. What is atomic radius? The distance between the nucleus and the outermost orbit is called as atomic radius. If the number of cells increases, therefore the distance also increases. From top to bottom, the atomic radius increases. And the ionic radius also increases from top to bottom. Next one is atomic radius, ionic radius. Ionization enthalpy. Next topic is ionization. Ionization enthalpy. Next topic is ionization enthalpy. What do you mean by ionization enthalpy? That's very important. Delta IH. We already learned in 11th standard. ionization energy means energy required to remove the most loosely bounded electron in a neutral gaseous atom is called ionization enthalpy. From top to bottom, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. From top to bottom, ionization enthalpy decreases. Ionization enthalpy decreases. I will tell you the reason. From top to bottom, ionization enthalpy decreases because the size of the ionization enthalpy is inversely proportional to atomic radius. That we learned in the 11th standard. See this is the number of cells. So atomic radius, what happens in atomic radius? Increases. So increases, no. So the distance between the nucleus and the outermost cell increases means effective nuclear charge will decrease. Therefore, energy required to remove the electron also decreases. That is why on moving down the group, ionization energy, ionization enthalpy decreases. We already learned all these things in the 11th standard, so I have to recall it. The formula for this simple way, atomic radius increases means ionization enthalpy decreases, because if the effective nuclear charge is decreasing, because a lot of shielding effect taking place. What is shielding effect? The inter-electronic repulsion between the inner cell electron repel the outermost cell electron. This is called a shielding effect. The shielding effect from top to bottom increases. At the same time, effective nuclear charge will decrease. Therefore, ionization energy will be decreased. The first atom effective nuclear charge is more because size of the atom is very small. Nucleus have very powerful. So in that case, we want to take one electron from the outer cell means we have to give more amount of energy in the case of oxygen. But on moving down the group, polonium, tellurium, selenium and all, less amount of energy is required because the distance is high. Shielding effect is there. Due to the shielding effect, the effective nuclear charge will decrease. The nucleus and the outermost cell are attracted to each other. That is called effective nuclear charge. Shielding effect means in between the nucleus and the outermost electrons, there are large number of orbitals are there. In that orbitals, lot of electrons are there. That inner electron repel the outer electron. That effect is called shielding effect. So that will coincide the effective nuclear charge, reduce the effective nuclear charge. Therefore, on moving down the group, very little amount of energy required to take first electron. From we already learned in 11th standard, IE1, IE2, IE3, etc. IE1 means energy required to remove the first electron. IE2 means energy required to remove the second electron. IE3 means energy required to third electron. First electron easy means second electron difficult. Like that we learn in the classification of elements in the lesson. Okay, now I have explained ionization enthalpy. Next one is electron gain enthalpy, very important topic. This and all we learned in the 11th standard. Same thing we have recollecting electron gain enthalpy for group 16. For group 16, electron gain enthalpy means the amount of energy required to add one electron to the non-metal atom. That is called electron gain enthalpy. For example, sulfur has more electron gain enthalpy than oxygen. Why? Because oxygen is compact size, very small size. It doesn't containing any empty orbitals, so that the extra electron will not settle down in the outermost cell. One more thing, the inter-electronic repulsion between the small size atom is high. Therefore, there is no chance of taking one more electron to join with the outer cell. See, this is oxygen, O2. Outer cell is already filled with 6 electrons, right? And inner cell is 2 electrons. For electronic configuration, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. This is the electronic configuration of oxygen, right? The outermost cell is called valence electron. The outermost cell already filled with 6 electrons. Oxygen small in size, So at a small area, 6 electrons close to each other. So what happened? what happened? Interelectronic repulsion is maximum. Therefore, the chance of new electron joining is difficult. That is why sulfur is bigger. Sulfur atomic number 16. So, neon conquest over 3s2, 3p4. This is the valence electron. Sulfur size is little bit higher, no. So interelectronic repulsion is less, as well as it containing empty d orbitals, empty vacant d orbitals present. So the incoming new electron will settle on the empty d orbitals. Yes, sulfur have empty d orbitals there. There is no vacant orbitals, orbitals in oxygen. That is one reason. See the nucleus outermost cell. So the one electron and the other electron far away from each other. Therefore, interelectron repulsion is less. So less amount of energy needed to add one more electron. That is called electron gain enthalpy. That is the thing I want to explain. This is nothing but electronic repulsion. Electronic repulsion, inter-electronic repulsion. So these are the things we already learned in our 11th standard. So I have to explain. That is why one more question. Oxygen is the first element, but the electron gain enthalpy of oxygen, negative electron gain enthalpy of oxygen less than sulfur. That's the one more question. Reason is oxygen is compact site. It doesn't contain any empty orbitals. Therefore, interelectronic repulsion. Interelectronic repulsion is maximum. Therefore, the chance of giving one more electron to the small atomic orbital is very difficult. That is why sulfur atomic size is bigger. It containing empty d orbitals. Therefore, one more electron joining is easier. That we have to explain. Okay, on moving down the group, electron gain enthalpy increases because different size will be increased. No, so the electron gain enthalpy, gaining electrons. On moving down the group, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. Electron gain enthalpy decreases, because atomic size increases, no, the gaining of electron by the nucleus is decreased so far. But here, when compared to this and this has more electron gain enthalpy because of the reason less interelectronic repulsion, less interelectronic repulsion, and it have empty d orbital. That's the two reasons why sulfur is more electron gain enthalpy than oxygen. So these are the things about electron gain enthalpy. Next one is negative electron gain enthalpy means the ease of the non-metal halogen group have a ease of gaining one more electron to attain the stable noble gas configuration. That's why they have halogens and chalcogens have more negative electron gain enthalpy. Negative electron gain enthalpy meaning is the ease of gaining the electron is called negative electron gain enthalpy. It is higher in halogen group and chalcogen group. Next one is electronegativity. Electronegativity. What is meant by electronegativity? The meaning of electronegativity is the qualitative ability of an atom to attract the shared pair of electrons towards itself. For example, in the case of carbon dioxide, carbon is less electronegative. So this is the bond structure of carbon. So the electrons initially like this, and I have already explained all these things to 11th standard. So the electron from the carbon is moved towards the oxygen end, and oxygen attains slight partial negative charge. Because of oxygen more electronegativity, so it attracts the electron, shared electron from carbon towards itself. Therefore, it attains partial negative charge. This attains partial positive charge. This is called electronegative behavior. Small size atom have more effective nuclear charge. That's why they will disturb the bonded electrons and attract the bonded electron towards itself. Like that, how a magnet attracts the iron substance towards itself. Like that only this happening. Or otherwise in seesaw game, more weight person will easily occurs the less weight person towards them in a rope pulling game. In a rope pulling game, the heavyweight peoples are pull the less weight people towards themselves. They are good examples of electronegativity. Here oxygen is the most electronegative element. Electronegative element. Then other elements in the group. And moving down the group, electronegativity decreases because the size of the atom increases. One more thing is oxygen is the second highest electronegativity element. First is fluorine. Electronegative element. Fluorine is the highest electronegative element. Fluorine is the highest electronegative element. Negative element. I have explained the terms related to electronic configuration, atomic size, ionization enthalpy, electron enthalpy, electronegativity. 5 concepts I have explained. From that, I am going to start with the physical properties. Physical properties of the group 16 element. So far I have explained what is electronegativity, what is electronic enthalpy. These are all basic things we learn in 11th standard. So the same thing I have explained. And then one more question they may ask today. When group 16 compared to group 16, group 15 element have stable more ionization enthalpy, because from left to right the ionization enthalpy increases, right? Because size of the atom is decreases. Period wise ionization enthalpy increases, right? That only I am telling. Because size of the atom is decreases. Decreases means the ease to take the electron is very difficult. So ionization enthalpy is converting metal into ion is difficult. But in comparing 15th group and 16th group, 15th and 16th group, this have higher ionization enthalpy, higher. So moving down the group left to increases. And this have this is group 16. Group 16 have energy, higher ionization energy than group 16. Why? This is the question. Question is this. Question is elements of group 16 so lower value of first ionization corresponding compared to the corresponding periods of group 16. Why? This is the question. Group 16 are known from top to bottom, the ionization enthalpy decreases because of number of the period wise the first electron is inversely proportional to ionization enthalpy. Left to right and period wise ionization moving down from left to right, what ionization enthalpy increases. Group 15 elements have lower ionization, more ionization enthalpy than group 15. That is the case, but this is an exception. Why? They are asked. I already told you from top to bottom, group wise the ionization enthalpy decreases because number of cells increases. On removing that, but when moving left to right, the ionization enthalpy is less than compared to the 15th group element. But 15th group atoms are bigger than due to extra stable off-field p orbitals. The one exception is that I learned that off-field orbitals fully highly stable because equal energy is lower than the cells. Lower means less amount of energy moved to make the orbitals have more stable. Actually, the off-field orbitals are extra stable. Full-field orbitals increase more stability. This learned in this structure of atom lesson that we have to apply here. Nitrogen extra stable off-field p orbitals. Let us take atomic number 7. Electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Atomic number 7 is valence electron of nitrogen. Electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Here I will go to valence p orbitals. I have explained. What is the total number of electrons filled in p orbitals? 6 electrons. filled actually three electrons half filled orbitals. Totally six electrons are filled half filled orbitals. Equal energy distribution. Half filled orbitals. Half filled orbitals. Half filled orbitals. Half filled orbitals. So each p block p orbitals are filled. So that is why 15th group element have little stable when compared to the 16th group element. 15th group element is little stable when compared to 16th group element. Therefore, energy required to remove the 15th group element is higher than the 16th group element. That is why this is one exception. On moving left to right, ionization energy increases. So 16th group element have less ionization energy compared to 15th group element. This is ulta because of the reason of exactly half filled orbitals present in the 15th group. This is one more question. Electronic configuration of group 15 element, larger the amount of energy is required to remove electron compared to group 16 element. Are you able to follow what I am trying to tell? 15th group element have exactly half filled orbitals, so highly stable. So ionization energy for 15th group element is higher when compared to 16th group element. This is the answer. Okay. Physical properties. I am going to tell about the physical properties like melting point, boiling point, nature of the substance. See, oxygen and sulfur are gases. Selenium, tellurium are metalloids. Polonium is a metal. Polonium is a metal, but it is short-lived. It is radioactive, so it is short-lived. All these elements will form allotropy. Melting point and boiling point decreases from top to increases. Melting point and boiling point increases from top to bottom because it is a gas. It is a metalloid. These two are metalloid and this is a metal. So metallic character increases from top to bottom. That is the reason melting point and the boiling point also increases from top to bottom. One more thing is the oxygen is different character. Oxygen melting point. One more thing is the atomicity. The melting point, the large variation of melting point and melting point of oxygen and sulfur is due to its atomicity. Because oxygen is a diatomic molecule, where sulfur is a polyatomic molecule. So that is why the melting point of oxygen is very less than sulfur. That's the question. The sulfur SI is like this. This is the SI structure. So these are the physical properties: melting point, boiling point, nature. Allotropy. What do you mean by allotropy? Allotropy have same chemical. It is made up of same chemical, but the physical property will differ. Refractive index, melting point, boiling point will differ. Example: diamond and graphite. Diamond and graphite both are made up of carbon only, but diamond is the hardest substance. Graphite is softer one. Diamond have a lower melting point. Diamond have very high melting point. Graphite have low melting point. Refractive index of diamond is very high. Then the graphite. All those things we have learned in the smaller classes. Next I am going to tell about the oxidation state of oxygen. Oxygen, the group having chemical properties. Thus I am going to start with the chemical properties. Chemical properties like oxidation state, etc. Oxidation state. Normally oxygen have +2 and -2 oxidation state. Oxidation state of oxygen. Oxidation state of oxygen is normally +2 and -2. In the case of OF2, oxygen have +2 oxidation state. What do you mean by oxidation state? Oxidation state is the tendency of gaining or losing electrons. This is called this oxidation power. See, oxygen have, see in the case of OF2, oxygen is more, fluorine is more electronegative than oxygen. So fluorine gains the electron of oxygen towards itself. Fluorine acquires partial negative charge and oxygen acquires partial positive charge. So when a compound loses electron, it undergoes positive oxidation state. If it gains electrons, for example, in the case of water, hydrogen sulfate H2S, H2O, in that cases, oxygen gains electron from hydrogen because of higher electronegativity of hydrogen. So the oxidation state of oxygen in water molecule is -2. Oxygen, the oxidation state of oxygen in OF2 is +2, where water molecule it gains electron. Gaining electron goes to minus negative oxidation state. Gaining electron goes to negative oxidation state. Negative oxidation state. Losing electron leads to positive oxidation state. Okay. Normally sulfur, selenium, tellurium and all having +4 oxidation state. +4 oxidation state. Selenium, tellurium having +4 oxidation state. This P block elements also having +2, +4, +6 oxidation state. The +2 oxidation and +4 oxidation state are common oxidation states. Fluorine, in case of fluorine, xenon hexafluoride. In this case, fluorine have the oxidation state of losing 6 electrons to xenon. Xenon hexafluoride 1 to oxidation state +6, the gaining, losing 6 electrons or gaining 6 electrons, so -6. Xenon fluoride. In this case, fluorine, so fluorine has +6 oxidation state. That fluorine and all will goes to the halogen family, so we don't think about that. Oxygen family, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, okay. These are the oxidation state. Next class we will discuss the remaining thing. Thank you. God bless you.